All right. Saw you in that Porsche looking sexy as fuck, brother. Mexican Justin Bieber. Watch out, motherfuckers. Thanks, Ryan.
Right before he got his ticket.
Right before I got my
text.
I'm over here reading it, doing a $1.20 like,
I should have called you.
Oh, fuck.
I should have called
And
him.
in my mind, I'm like, yeah, he could pay that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We recording?
oh, he's balling.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so basically Diego's the Mexican Justin Bieber. I coined that phrase about 30 minutes ago when you were driving your light blue Porsche. So
It's Miami teal.
It's mint. It's mint.
Miami teal, Tiffany's blue Porsche. It's actually my fiance's Porsche, but because I'm driving a fucking Camry around. So I'm like, finally I get to drive the Porsche. I'm like, fuck, let's do it. This is the second time I got caught speeding on it. Doing a $1.20. Luckily, the cop was cool. He put me at 107, if that's okay.
Oh, he was helping you out. He was doing you a favor, dude.
The guy's like, this is you already have 2 speeding tickets. You better chill. And
Officer,
I'm like,
I have a problem.
Officer, I've been drinking. No.
Officer, I've been speeding.
but you were reasonably responsible.
Yeah,
We
fuck
did
it,
take
we'll-
a shot right before we got here at Joey's.
I was shitting bricks, but so Joey's Julia Krechmar. Hey everybody, we got Julia Krechmar,
We're so excited to have you.
also known as
Excited to be
My
here.
Mortgage Broker Gets Me.
My mortgage broker gets me. I get you guys. I understand.
She gets us, you guys. So, a good friend of ours, she invited us over to a happy hour at Joey's in Newport, which is dope. Tell us a little bit about Joey's in Newport.
Joey's is definitely the it spot right now in Newport. You will find different types of people there, affluent. You'll find Ferraris out front with mint Porsches, Tiffany blue. The food's amazing. It's definitely the hot spot. You got to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, who was the first people to introduce you to that restaurant?
You guys popped my Joey cherry, so yes, you guys took me there.
You're fucking welcome.
You're welcome.
So you guys ruined me.
You ruined my fucking
I
life.
know, really.
So we went to we went to your happy hour. Thank you for inviting us.
you.
Of course, thank you for
And
coming.
we literally just said, all right, fuck it, we're coming here now. Took a shot because I'm like, hey, let's loosen up a little bit.
Listen up. We took a shot of Bullet.
Of some bullet rye.
And your friend took a shot of Casamigos because she was rolling with tequila today.
She's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's super cool. What's your friend's name?
Christy.
Yeah,
Christy Waller.
Chrissy from Remax, right? She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. And we had a good time. Everybody was chilling. I even ran into a friend from NAREP, so that was cool. Tony B, shout out. He's actually been watching the show. He's like, hey, man, dude, your show's been awesome. I'd love to actually he didn't even ask to be on it. He's like, I just would love to watch a taping. I'm like, dude, that's dope. Yeah. Maybe we should have like a live studio audience. That'd be dope.
Great.
That would be cool. Actually, you know who does that? Kevin at Case. He does that. He has live interviews with agents. Yeah.
Sweet.
And he'll have people come.
That's a good idea. We get a little laugh track going like it's Seinfeld or Friends.
And
So-
then you take questions.
So I'm cruising. My
You
phone's
in the back over there.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up?
I love
Get
that.
over here. No, and so I'm cruising, right? Because again, I'm usually in the Camry. I'm in the dad Camry. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't care what people think of me.
Yeah.
And now I got a Miami teal Porsche, and so I'm like, I'm doing a $1.20 on the 73, and if you know the 73, that thing has no people on it because it's a toll road. So I'm like, dude, bah! And then I get a text message from fucking Ryan saying, you look like Justin Bieber. I'm like, ha ha. And I look up, fucking Highway Patrol. I'm like, God.
Honestly, just send that invoice to Ryan. Be like,
Yeah,
here you
seriously,
go.
this is your
Ryan's
fault.
paying for my attorney.
I told him he looks like the Mexican Justin Bieber. I was like, this
Yeah.
handsome
Wait.
guy over here
Yum,
looks like the
yum,
Mexican Justin
yum,
Bieber.
yeah,
He
yo.
just showed up to Coachella this weekend.
Diego, where do you get your peaches from?
Yeah, dude.
Mexico. Not
Down in
Georgia.
And so, all right. Pull that shit up.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that. That was great. That was a great jacket toss.
I'm fucking with you. All right. So anyway, so I get my ticket, and I mean, it's not like we were drunk. We had a couple.
No, yeah,
No,
we
I
were
had a
good,
beer
though.
and then I had a shot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to get a DUI. I'm
Oh,
like,
God, no.
sobered me up so quick.
What?
Oh man.
No.
I know. Like, hey, if you're a client of mine, don't judge me. Thank you.
called
We'll cut this
entertaining.
out.
It's called networking. That's how we do.
We were realtors
Some of the best deals are made in those times.
in those times.
when you're under the influence.
Yes.
When you're telling the truth.
Inhibitions
and when
are
you're
lowered.
honest.
You know it.
talk shit about your lender. What happened? Why? Sweetie,
Why?
you're doing great.
Who hurt you? And so, yeah, I got pulled over, and luckily, since I'm on the freeway, I opened up the passenger side. I sprayed some of Brianna's like girly stuff around. Literally, the guy's walking up. Smells like a fucking sprinkle of fucking cupcakes. I don't know what it the hell. Yeah, it just sparkles everywhere. You know.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, the guy's like, "You have 2 speeding tickets. You need to chill." And I'm like,
You're right, officer.
That's actually a pretty.
If you're ever looking to buy a home.
That's actually a pretty chill cop. Even though you got a ticket.
He was pretty cool. I mean, he was quick. He was to the point. He wasn't like grilling me. In essence, he's doing his job. I get it, dude. I was doing $120. And this might be me at
had a Porsche,
wait,
man.
I'm not admitting to anything. This is also
Hearsay.
This is hearsay.
Yeah. In fact, that was.
It's like
not
rappers,
me.
you know,
Yeah,
rappers. They talk
yeah.
about killing people. They're like,
Yeah,
I never killed a
poetic
person.
license. Poetic license, motherfucker.
Yeah, so I'm
You know what
being
saying? Like, you're
poetic
good.
right now.
Exactly.
But it got me out of 107, and here I am. I'm here. So
I'm so glad that you made it here.
I'm glad I made it. I'm not in
Yeah, in one
handcuffs.
In
Yeah.
one piece.
In one
It
piece.
made good content for our episode.
I'm totally.
It's about time a podcast, host, gets something for something.
Bree's gonna be pissed.
I know.
She's gonna be like,
This-
"You dare you?" Were
Yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't driving drunk. I was just speeding.
And
Okay.
for those that don't
I got
know,
a speeding ticket.
You're waiting for your baby. Your baby's gonna be here. any
No,
day
they're
now.
gonna be like, "You're an idiot."
yeah, so Diego's
Yeah.
about to have a baby, guys.
I'm about to have a baby, guys. So they were trying to induce us. So real quick, I have to tell the story because it's kind of crazy, right? Like, so just understand, you guys, like, advocate for your wife, advocate for your baby mama, baby mama drama, all that good stuff, because they were trying to induce her like 3 weeks early. And all because the doctor was literally like, all right, so I'm going to be at the hospital tonight. So let's just schedule you guys to get induced today. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, so they're hiding behind the fact that, okay, the baby's a bit small for like the age, right? The amount of weeks. And so they're like, all right, so we need to get him out ASAP. And so my poor fiance is like freaking out. It's our first child.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, so you're like at 36 weeks. We need to get the baby out. And it's like, whoa, isn't this? It's actually supposed to be 40 weeks is your full term. So that being said, we're like, wait, like why? Oh, well, he's not growing. Why? Can you prove it to us? Oh, well, I'm gonna be there. I'm like, no, like, so we had
Because
them.
you're there doesn't mean that we're gonna just do this.
Thank you. So
I'm
about
so glad that you said something. Sorry.
Dude, no, thank you. 2 weeks ago, the baby was like 4.3 pounds. Thursday, he was 5.8 pounds. The kid's growing. And they wanted to pull him out. So if they ever scare you with this stuff, make sure you just say, hey, dude, like, is he growing or not? Is he in danger in being there? And please prove to me that he's in danger.
Yeah.
Or suck it.
Yeah.
Right. So we told him to suck it in a more polite way. I mean, maybe not me.
More
She did.
polite way.
And yeah, so they were like, all right, cool, we'll leave you alone until 39 weeks and we'll come back and check then. So we're
Yeah.
cool. So thank God, we're happy, everything's
Good.
cool, the pressure's off, and I get to come and hang out with you guys. Ryan and I just had we had the most awesome golf day yesterday.
Aw, cutie.
We
I,
did.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm starting to think that Bree, my fiance, is like, what are you fucking doing? You're just hanging out. You're having drinks. You're getting pulled over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it tonight, but you know what? I mean, at least it's all. At least I'm gonna tell her. I'll be the first one to tell her. She's not gonna find out through the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She watches on the podcast. Like, if you didn't tell
She's
her.
gonna find out
She
through the
watches
podcast.
on the podcast. She's like, wait a minute, you got a ticket?
this was like 3 months ago, because you know how long it takes us to get videos
Of
out.
course.
Hey.
It's true.
We'll try to rush it for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. We ain't spent.
It's time sensitive.
Oh, absolutely.
So hello, everybody.
Welcome to Not a Boring Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Domis.
I'm Diego Vazquez.
And we are here with our amazing guest, Julia Krechmar.
Hey guys.
We're so happy to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be
And
here.
thank you for inviting us to your happy hour.
I love it when realtors drink. So you're
yeah.
more than welcome to come every week.
We're a fun bunch, aren't we?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
It has. We've been waiting a while to get you on our show. And the way we
I like to play hard to get.
Do you know how we even discovered you? We discovered you through Instagram.
Thank you.
So this guy sends me a DM right when we started the podcast, and we're going over ideas of who to have on the show.
Well, so we had trouble, right? We're
We
like,
did.
you know what? Everybody that we've been interviewing is just dudes.
was a sausage fest.
Since then we've had women, but he's like, we need women, and we need somebody who's like interesting, somebody who could maybe help us because they actually have a following, stuff like that. And I'm like, this girl keeps popping up on my damn feed.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is she?
Yeah, we didn't follow you, and you kept showing up.
I don't have a following, so let's just get that straight. But I do have what I would say are loyal fans. I have people that really advocate for me.
Are they OnlyFans?
No, I wish.
It'd be a lot more money,
In
right?
this market, I wish.
Yeah, like, fuck that. I don't get paid enough.
No. But like, you know, they say in real estate, like your database is your biggest gold mine, right? Like you need to make sure that you concentrate on your database, you're touching them, power of 100 or. So for me, I looked at my social media, my Instagram as this is my database. These are people that are part of my life, like every single day. And even though I only have so-and-so followers, like almost half of them are opening up my stories day after day after day. And it's because I think when I decided to go on social media,
Got you. Thank you. Go ahead.
when I decided to go on social media, because I was like, majority of my 20s, I didn't live on the internet. So I was like, I'm going to be as authentic as possible to who I am. And the only reason that I'm getting on social media is for work. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I didn't need that.
Damn, you're one of like nobody that does that.
Someone told me I'm a unicorn.
Literally.
As a Mexican would say,
Yeah.
you're a unicorn.
Unicorn?
Because what stood out to us was like, oh my God, she's like so engaging. Her content is so authentic and so entertaining because you have a blend of here's where I'm at, and then you post a meme, which is always on point, but then you like post like a very like a moody thing that connects with us. Like we connected with you on a deeper level you usually connect with on somebody in our industry. And we're like, oh my God. He was like, we got to have her on the show. I was like, hell yes. And so it's a blessing to have you there.
Yeah, and full disclosure, Julia's like, why me, motherfuckers? Like, why me? Because she's from New York, and she's not afraid to be like, why did you pick me? You know, I'm sure it was something along the lines of Ryan's like, well, besides you being hot, you know, it's because you're engaging and because guys want to see you. No, I'm just kidding. But,
That's true.
but no. All in all, it's crazy to me that I looked on Instagram and your face kept showing up on my feed, and
We didn't even follow
no
you.
one's looking for
No,
you.
we didn't even follow you. We're
I'm like,
what's
who
going on?
is this? We need to find out what's going on. Boom. We met you. We became friends. We're like, okay, she's cool. We found out kind of who you are, what you're about, what you're doing. So if you don't mind, let's.
go for it.
I really want to know, and I think this is something that's new to the industry, and this is probably one of the main reasons I really want you to kind of help others, right? What are we here to do? We're here to help others. And you are relatively new in this industry. How long have you been doing this now?
About a year and a half.
Okay, and what is your title?
It does not feel like a year and a half, by the way. It does not feel
Because
like
you're
it.
everywhere, dude. You're a
everywhere.
workhorse.
Guys, stop.
Everybody who's got a name in this town
Dude.
already knows who Julia is.
You
Yeah.
saw her in Vegas doing some
You were in
Eyes Wide
Vegas.
Shut party.
And there was all these people that were like talking about you, and I was like, oh my God, like what? Wait, so you are first of all, as he said, who are you with?
I'm with Home Loans USA, and I am the business development manager. So my job is to go out there, make relationships with realtors, and then funnel the business over to my team to close.
Okay.
Wow.
So basically, I'm lead gen.
You're lead gen.
You are lead gen,
Which-
which you are the person. It's like a person, like a Marvel character.
Dude, most
I like
agents, lenders, everybody that's just getting in the business, especially in the last 6 months, right? They're like, oh, I heard this is where the money's at. Let me get started, right?
Yeah.
I got my real estate license. Where's the money at? And they realize that we're in the lead gen business, right? So, Julia, where are these new people getting it wrong that you think that you're flourishing in?
It takes time. It takes consistency and it takes time.
Of doing what?
Whatever it is that you plan on doing, you need to just continue doing it. Like, for example, I decided that I'm going to do Joey's happy hour 3 to 5 p.m. every single Thursday. And if no one shows up, I will still be there.
Fucking A.
If, like, I run this, I host this call this phone jam session. We call it Call Stars on Fridays, 9 to 11 a.m. What it is that lenders, financial advisors, whoever wants to jump on, they jump on the call. You're on Zoom, you're muted, but like it helps with everyone else's like call reluctance. So I help host that, throw in scripts for the agents, and then I go, all right, guys, this is our goal for today, and smile and dial, and at 10:45, we're gonna intervene again, and we're going to talk about our calls, successes, losses, whatever it is. So even if one agent shows up, like, that's me being consistent. And you know what? I'm making my calls too. I'm calling you guys.
Yeah.
I know some of my agent schedules. I know that Justin, blah, 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 is like going to golf on Friday. Don't call him. Christy's with her kids. Don't call her, you know? But I encourage you guys to do the work that we know that we need to do, which is make our calls. That is the number one thing in our industry.
Holy shit. How did I never hear about this
You just
before?
blew our minds right now.
You know, I'm the cold call king.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
No, he is. He's the cold call king. This guy is butter on the phone. You think of Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street? Multiply that by 1 billion. This
Wow.
guy is so good. When you
Where's the
hear
mic?
him
Drop the
on
mic.
one call, you're like, I want to be like this guy one day.
I want you to sell my house.
I'm really that good.
And I knew him before
Wow.
he was a lender. And so I met him through his brother and our mutual friend Nino. May he rest in peace.
Rest
We
in
love
peace,
you,
Nino.
And so we met at his it was your brother's birthday party?
It was somebody's birthday.
It was your brother's birthday party.
Was it? What?
It was your brother's
It
birthday
was at
party.
the old ship in
Yep.
Santa Ana,
Santa
downtown. Or
Ana.
not Santa downtown, but right there off of Bristol.
And this guy was 17 in a bar
Wow.
with his brother's ID. And he was like the little Bart Simpson of the group. And he had that smile, that smirk. He was sweet talking to everybody. I'm like, what? Your brother's 17
Dude,
years old?
you at
Yeah.
17, how old do you
Yeah.
think I looked? I looked like I was
dude.
like 12 years
Oh,
old.
dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had
yeah.
that smile that like, he had the little sparkle in his teeth, you know? Yep, exactly.
That's awesome. So basically, we time block 9 to 11 a.m. I will
Okay.
send you an email, and
Let's do it.
you're invited, and you need to come too now.
I'd be so
We'll be
happy,
there.
dude. I'll just start making phone calls. Bam, 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 and like I have a really set system. What I really like to do is I like to show whether it's agents, lenders, anybody in sales, because it's not just about like, oh, well, you just do this or you just do that, right? There's a very set system of whether I'm coming in a bad mood or not. I'm good at leaving whatever problems I have at the door, and when I walk in, when I hop on the phones, it's like you're reading a script, right? I don't care what mood I'm in reading a script, right? Like, and I'm talking about like a movie script. Like imagine you're an actor,
Yeah.
right? Are you gonna come in and just be like, oh, hello, how are you? Like, no, you're
No,
gonna
but
be-
we do all start out that way. So just do not ever be discouraged from that. You know, like
I guess maybe I'm just built another different way. I never start off like that because I realize that. So, as funky as it sounds, right? I'm Mexican, I'm Latino, and I started off when I was like 17, and my name's Diego, and I was dealing with Genworth Annuities, MetLife of Connecticut, and these are 75, 85-year-old, people with like money. I'm talking about like millions sitting in their IRAs, annuities and stuff like that. And they're like, "What's your name, Sonny?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm James." And they're like, "Oh, James, can I give you a tip?" And I'm like, "Sorry, Phyllis, I can't accept a tip."
Old person.
But if I'm, Diego, they might think twice. It's just that's just how it is. So early on, I just knew. I said, you know what? When it comes to being on the phones, I could be whoever I want to be.
yeah.
And that's what I try to express to other agents, to other lenders, whatever business you're in, any type of sales business. Imagine you're on the phone, right? Everybody goes, "Oh, well, I'm the type of person that I need to be in person," right? But it's like you could be way better on the phone. You could establish yourself as a person who's in this big leather chair on the 40th floor in a business suit, and you're sitting there wearing a freaking white tee and khakis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
they
build
don't know that.
you build a persona,
Yeah,
and
you
that
do.
brings that confidence out of you. Yeah.
So that's what helped me out, because once I started doing loans, and I was telemarketing for loans back in 2013, I was like 22 years old. When I would meet the client, they would look me up and down and like, "I thought you were older."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Don't let the baby face fool you."
Exactly.
I would have these certain kind of zingers, kind of how you had mentioned, right? There's certain zingers that salespeople have that it's like, I have a face for radio, right? You mentioned that. How exactly did they say that? Julia.
I don't remember the subject we were on back at Joey. What subject were we?
So we went to Mastro's, and so what a lot of people, I'm just gonna warn you guys right now, okay? So when you pull into Mastro's
Warning.
you make a right and you get into Mastro's. On the left, there's this like an island.
Basically, you cannot make a left.
Don't make a left pulling out of Mastro's, cause I made a left.
One way.
Yeah.
I made a left,
And what happened?
and I went over an island. I broke both of my rims. I literally exploded my back right tire.
Diego should just Uber.
Literally.
I should just Uber from
You
now
should.
on forever.
You should just Uber
Yeah.
forever.
You know,
dude.
everybody's gonna
Wait,
watch
It's
this
been one
episode.
episode.
As a sponsor, dude.
I don't have a problem, okay?
Yeah, he does not. He doesn't. He's a realtor
have a
who's
problem.
networking.
Networking.
Look at wow, they're literally having a meeting right.
I love it. We got a meeting across the hall, folks.
Everybody's wearing
and it
like,
looks really
like
serious.
black turtleneck.
I see it.
like a
Wait.
beatnik poetry jam.
When was
I
the
feel
last?
like you guys need to be in that meeting right now.
Wait, we should just walk in there and be like, "All right, buy whatever the hell you guys are selling."
No, it's training for new agents, and which is
New-
why
Yeah.
if you're a new agent and everybody talks about how like don't pay commissions and or like pieces of your commission to your broker, dude. Of everybody, there's a lot of them. Don't get me wrong, it's not just KW, but really look for mentorship and training when you're a new agent.
You need a mentorship.
Because we're going back to Julia you're relatively new in this business.
Heck,
I
yeah.
can't believe you've been here for a year and a half because you rock it like a vet. You rock it like somebody who sets the standard. Nobody throws events like Julia. Nobody has a persona on social media that's as authentic and engaging as Julia. And we had her on the show. We're like, wait a minute. How do you not have like 110 million followers by now? Because nobody's more interesting than her right now.
Oh, I love you guys.
Killing it,
Oh
dude.
yeah. So you
You guys
did
are
it-
just blowing my head
Yeah,
up. But cheers
can
to you guys for
Yeah,
that.
cheers to you.
Salud.
Salud. Can you please tell us a little bit about what happened in Vegas? You went to there and you met people from Italy, right?
So I'm there for R4.
What's R4?
R4 is the Remax convention. It's
Okay.
once a year, and my boss flew me out there to go and mingle with our agents.
What a badass boss. Some of you bosses need to freaking
Yeah, but it's
learn a
also
thing or
I
two.
also told my boss, hey boss, look, if you find value in me coming there, let me know. Because if not, it's okay.
You go.
He's talking shit. Fuck him.
Talking shit. Sorry.
So-
You can't say trigger words.
So
in this
after
room.
that,
She's not afraid to ask.
After that, got tickets, went there, and I had some of my agents that were there from my territory, like Laguna, like
Our boy Eric Kaiser was there, right? With Zulma?
Yes, he was.
So Zulma and Eric Kaiser
Eric-
were two people that we've interviewed on
Yep,
this
that's
show.
right.
Oh,
Shout
wow.
out to
They were
Gator and Zulma.
Gator and Zulma.
Yep.
wow. That's
So they were
cool.
there.
Yeah, more people.
He's a 500K GCI
Oh, 800K.
realtor.
He'll correct you. 800K.
Fucking 800K.
Yeah, he made 800K
Good for
last
him.
year.
A bad
Hell
mother
yeah.
And
jam.
he was one of those guys.
Can you put us in a text message and
Yes,
introduce me?
Literally, you got to
please?
meet Gator. We
Gotta
will
meet
all
Gator.
go together. We will all go to dinner together at Mastro's. Jake, shout out to Jake. We'll go hang out. And
Shout out to Jake.
Our,
Looking forward to meeting you.
our best friend Jake works at Mastro's. He will set us up. We just played golf with him yesterday.
So you were at
Goddamn.
R4.
Yeah.
I was at R4.
You were not afraid to ask your boss to.
I said, look, if you find value in me coming, then let me know, and then get the ticket, blah blah blah, set it up. He's like, okay, fine. He took some time, thought about it. I went, and when you go to a Remax convention, there are no mortgage brokers there, so we were kind of like under the radar. So it was cool. So we went with a bunch of agents that we know from Remax, and I was done. This is a funny story. I was done with my dinners with my agents. And then my boss was out with his agents from his territory, and then our VP of sales, Veronica Arce, she was still out with them. I finished all my dinners, had 2 dinners in one night. Then someone invited me to go. Is this the story that you want me to say?
I wanna hear it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm not sure if that's where you're going.
I love it.
Okay.
Is there another story?
There's more.
So there was this one random Italian Remax agent that comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, you here? I have an invite for you. We have a party." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, awesome, thank
party.
you." And then I look at the flyer, and it's like 10 p.m. Remax Italiano like party, and I was like,
Dope.
"What?" I was like, "This is kind of
The
cool,
Sopranos.
kind of like totally unsafe. Let's
Totally
fucking go."
unsafe.
Yeah.
To be part of that.
Yeah.
Oh, tell us. This is awesome.
So I'm like, so I
Italiano.
bring out my phone. I was like, "Do you think I should go to this random party? Like, it's not safe."
You put that on Instagram.
Yeah. I
Yep.
did.
Ryan was
That was
enthralled.
the first thing we said. And before we watched any more of your story, we were like, wait a minute. Look what she's doing right now. She's like, I just got invited to a party. Should I go or
Yeah.
not?
And I did a poll. Majority.
You
said
did a
yes.
poll.
We're like,
so it's
fuck
like
yeah, go
there's
for it.
video games, right? That there you can actually choose which way you want to go. and
That's what I did.
Depending on the choice is the way the outcome of the game.
Exactly.
You did that.
Yeah. So I put a poll up. Yes or no? Should I go to the party? Should I not go to the party? And I was gonna go alone because I didn't have anyone else to go with. So everyone said yes, of course. And I was like, screw it, let's do it. So the instructions are like, go to Skyloft entrance and then ask for the person and then go there.
The
And then,
Italiano accent.
and then some guy's like, you're here for the party? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they're like, that way. I'm like, okay. It was like super sketch. And then other people are behind me. We go to this door. All of a sudden we hear like a huge party. We're like, what's going on?
I remember that door. Because, like, it was a door that was shut. And everybody was like, I texted him. Literally,
did.
I sent him the story.
I wasn't
I
even-
was
I
like,
didn't know what was
she's
going
about
on.
to go in the story. This is so engaging. We got to have her on the
about to
show.
get murdered.
Yes.
Look.
It's an eyes wide shut party. There's going to be a bunch of people fucking back there. Something like that coming back there.
I was like, it's a Remax party. Like, how bad could this
Take
be?
it down.
Anyway, get there, walk in there. People are full blown, like a sick party, like almost like Hollywood Hills. Everyone's Italian, blah, blah, blah. I don't.
Everyone's Italian.
What's Italian? Gabagool.
Gabagool.
What were you for the
Gabagool.
gabagool?
Like, I'm from Brooklyn. I understand. No, but it's definitely different. And I remember some guy was trying to talk to me, and we're by the bar, and I wanted to ask him, so how's the market in Italy? What?
What?
We literally used Google
Mi
Translate.
scusi,
No
mi
shit, you're
scusi.
like, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah,
Enter?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
So that was cool. And then I finished the story out with like, here I'm at this party, blah, blah, blah.
So the fact that you took your followers on a ride is again what we're. I mean, again,
incredible.
this is not a boring real estate podcast,
That's right. And you are not boring at all. You are so engaging.
and what we're trying to do is educate you motherfuckers to understand that you have a platform, a free platform, to promote yourself. It's like a billboard that you get to use, except for this billboard is in your face at all times. And again, you already pop up on people's freaking like you're like one of the first 5 on their like social or stories that you get to click on, and you're engaging. Why do you think that Instagram chooses you to be on these people's like first like 2, 3, 4, 5 stories? Why do you think that they're choosing you versus other people?
Like I mentioned, I don't have a lot of followers, but I have a lot of engagement. Like the engagement percentage is high because, like I said, a lot of people are opening up the stories every single day. So because of that, and similar business algorithm, I don't know.
Why do you think they're opening it?
They're opening it because I'm a female.
I was going to say, well, the first thing we're going to say was because you're hot, but we know that you're so much
Ryan's
more
been
than
saying
that.
that.
It's here's the thing is that you have something about you that captures the mind because you and I were so enthralled with her stories that we knew right away realtors were going to be like, this is who we should go for business because you offer so much insight too about mortgage.
Yeah.
I mean, you work it in so well. Her whole delivery on Instagram is so organic that
It's not threatening
it's not threatening.
Good.
It's not overly done.
or over salesy. It's not like, hey, work with me.
You are not the girl that brings in like a dog to fucking Joey's in Newport. I'll
No,
tell you that
no,
much.
no.
You're the
That
girl
screams,
that
"Look
you-
at me."
Yeah, exactly. You're the girl that's like, here's who I am. How do you feel about it? And
Like it or not,
yeah, they should like it because here's the thing: we know she's the real deal, and we've been waiting so long to have you on. We're so happy to have you on. So you're from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. You're from Brooklyn, and you just got back from there, right?
yes.
How was that?
It was amazing. I got to see my family, my nephews, my niece.
So you still got family in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Mom and pops are.
You just got back, right?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was awesome. Like, the most important thing in life, we're all trying to make it here, right? We're all trying to succeed, but it's family at the end of the day.
And what do you say is like the major thing that you miss about New York? Other than family, of
It's
course.
family.
Other than family.
You know what? The
The
hustle and
hoagies,
bustle.
the fucking like what?
The hustle and bustle of the city's amazing. And then obviously all my friends, I have to say that. Like,
Yeah,
I
you gotta
love you
shout-
guys,
yeah,
you
shout
know?
them out.
You guys are the realists. But yeah.
You're like, I'm with all these Californians.
No, you guys are
They're
awesome
fake
too.
as fuck.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Bunch of fake
I've been-
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been so fortunate to be surrounded by only authentic people.
Cool.
And I think that's because in my life at this point, I only want to be surrounded by people like that. So when I met you guys, I knew you guys were genuine. So
Hey.
I was like, you guys want to be friends? Even if we don't do business, will you be my friend?
What did we say?
Are you kidding me? Easily.
We said the same thing.
Yeah.
We're like, literally, like, she's dope. Like, she's one of the boys. We're just gonna, whether it happens or not, you know, she's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, we'll try to protect her as best we can because you know that there's
we
fucking
feel a
sharks
level
out there.
of protection. We literally felt that after we had a lunch with you out in Joey Newport for the first time. We were like, why do we feel
Well, we
like
popped
we're
your cherry,
protective over
girl.
you?
Oh,
We're like,
I love that.
we're gonna tell you who the sharks are so you can swim around them. Literally. And then you brought this great group of people together today at Joey. It was awesome. And we're like, this is the place we brought you. We were so happy for you. And we're like, you know what? Who doesn't? If somebody knows your name and doesn't work with you, fuck them because
Bunch
they're
of
gonna serve you
lobs.
anyway.
They're missing out. Yeah, because going back to like my position's really unique because you never really hear of a loan officer having a business development person that goes out there and like gets the business for them.
No.
I call myself the professional schmoozer. I literally am out there to build relationships that are not just surface levels. Like to an agent, it's like, how can I help you make more money? How can I help you get more buyers, more listings so that you send it over our way? So
1,000%. Dude, not
And I
like.
love my job.
I was telling you earlier, like 90% of my business is relationships.
yeah.
It is.
It is Instagram and Facebook, and it's people that I've grown up with that I've essentially, I don't want to say groomed, but I've educated them enough to the point where, cheers. I've educated them enough to the point where they're like, all right, I fixed my credit. I got my income ready. I got this. I got that done. Hey, Diego, you're obviously my guy because you showed me how to get here. And so it's a long time coming. And you said it yourself. It takes time. It takes
time.
putting yourself out there, which you do plenty of. So when I get, again, I really want to educate the new agent, the new lender, because I've had a lot of lenders that came into the business in the last 6 months
Yeah.
when it was the toughest it's ever been. You being very aware of that, in the last 6 months, I don't want to ask what kept you going because we know that you have a different position. But what about your position? Should people learn to start doing this stuff instead of learning about freaking contract agreements and all these other little things that they're learning about that probably don't get them business? So you've been getting business, please talk to these new lenders, new agents. Like, what can you do? What can they do to stop fucking like putting themselves in a bad situation?
Yeah, so more conversations for sure. And then really hone in on people that already like and trust you.
Ooh,
I'm sure you've heard that so many times.
there's so many people that they talk to that don't even want anything to do with him.
Yeah, yeah. And then also one thing that I want to say, which this is definitely a golden nugget. People don't remember what you say. People remember how you made them feel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Dope.
nice for sure.
And be authentic, because if not, it rises to the surface and people will see that.
Tips.
So your position is all about creating relationships. How do you do that?
So like I said, it's not about what you say, it's how you make them feel. People's favorite topic is themselves.
Oh, yeah.
People love to talk about themselves. Once you get someone going, they don't stop and they trust you. So, I ask open-ended questions.
You ask open-ended questions that like get them to like feel motivated to give you an answer.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it
but like
usually comes from the heart.
Yeah.
Especially if they had a couple martinis.
Yes.
Because
because that's when everything unloads. And the best salespeople are people that are genuinely curious about other people.
okay, good.
And I really believe that. And people are like, oh, I'm in real estate because I
Yeah.
love business. I love people. Like I'm in the people business.
Yeah.
It's like, As long as you're genuine. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You got to be genuine. And that's what sparked us so much about your whole social media presence was so genuine. We're like, this
Are we
isn't
getting
calculated.
drunk here?
This isn't
Are we getting
calculated. Of
drunk?
course we are. There's an Uber in our future
It's all
for
this
sure.
we business.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
What are
I'll
you-
take
what are you
more.
guys in Paris?
You guys want to
What's
get
all
to
this
the
we
nitty
business?
gritty? Let's get to the dark stuff. Pour it up.
I just got back from the little
Yes.
boys' room. Julia, what gets you out of bed every morning?
Damn, fuck. You know, during 08, 09, my parents lost their home that I grew up in. I was 10 years old, and they didn't know what they were doing financially, and it was tough. Went from being in a huge house with a sauna, a pool, like a huge home, my own room, to all of a sudden we had to sell that home, and we had to move into a 2.5 bedroom apartment, and I lived in the half, and I was 10 years old. I remember going into the apartment and being like, Daddy, like, which one's my room? And my dad being like, it's all of it. And you're 10 years old, you don't know.
No.
You're like, oh, this is great, you know?
Yeah.
Where's the pool? So things de-escalated quickly. And then only when I was grown up did I realize
What happened?
my parents lost the home because of the mortgage that they got, because they were immigrants that came from Ukraine with $500 in their pocket. They love saying that story. But and they lost their home. And my home. And then I grew up that way.
Very similar situation.
I remember.
Yeah. My mom, finally, I mean, you know, she was the type of woman that made it happen. Like, despite everything getting thrown at her. You know, I would have my aunts who weren't my aunts, but they would come and stay or rent a room or whatever with us. And I didn't know that it was because probably, you know, I'm sure to help her pay rent and things of that sort. They'd stay on the couch to help her pay rent. You know what I mean? Or share the room with her while me and my brother got our own rooms. Like, these are the things that that we didn't know were going on.
Yeah.
We just...
Until later you think about it and you assess it and you're like, why did that happen?
We're like, oh, here's somebody else staying with us. And we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
We were just, if anything, man, I'm sorry, Mom. We're probably little shits. And then, yeah, in 2000, like, you know, 2008, she finally has her little condo. It's all to herself. It's hers.
Yeah.
And the fucking market crashes. She had to short sell the house and then ended up renting the house, the condo that she had bought. She rented it from the people she sold it to.
Wow.
They rented it out to her. She's probably paid that thing off for them.
Yeah.
And never had the opportunity to actually own.
Yeah.
And it sucks, man. It's crazy what these predatory loans did to so many families. And so, very similar. When I got into this business, I'm like, you know what? Now that I know what's going on,
Yeah.
I'm not going to let that happen to
anybody.
Especially, I mean, I say especially my friends and family, but anybody.
That's never going to happen anyway. Because also the way that loans are underwritten now, people can actually afford their mortgages. It's not like 08, 09.
It's so true.
Yeah, people are like, oh, things are going to go into foreclosure. But
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah, everything's fixed.
Thank you for bursting that bubble, by the way, because we're hearing about 18 months, right? 18 months of forgiveness. We're hearing about people that can contact their mortgage company and basically, if they can't pay 18 months worth of mortgage payments, they can add that to the end of their mortgage payment.
That's like a loan mod, right?
I've got past clients who are not going to make a payment until 2025.
And you know what that does, right?
That adds to their mortgage payment. What does that do?
Well, it becomes a second loan essentially, right?
Yes.
So now,
No, they pay interest on that.
it is like a loan mod because, okay, cool. Let's say now you owe us an extra 80 grand, and they're going to continue paying their mortgage as if it's a 30-year fixed mortgage.
As if there's like,
As if
they're not even touching that balance.
And they pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then let's just say that in 30 years, the mortgage is due, and they're like, oh, I just paid it
Free and
off.
clear.
No, you owe us 80 grand, and that's due today.
Yeah.
Get a loan or foreclose. And they thought they just paid their home off. So the only thing that I could express from this for those of you who are potential homeowners or current homeowners is do your homework, reach out to the person that you trust to help you do the homework. They're going to ask you for some documents, but what that is here to do is to help educate you. And sometimes it's not what you want to hear, but we're going to make it to where you understand what the hell kind of loan you're in.
Yeah.
You're fucking welcome.
Your loan officer should always be willing to answer any single question that you have and provide you with more like information than you even want, because that's their job. And we're in the mortgage mecca of the world right now, like here in Orange County. Like all of my friends are loan officers. Like they are more than willing to they are more than willing to answer any single question.
So Julia, you're being interviewed right now. You have the opportunity. You have a platform. This platform is to help out people that are in your shoes, or that could be in your shoes. People that are looking to become lenders, people that just got their LO license or MLO license.
Yeah.
Talk to them. You have an opportunity to help these poor souls out.
Yeah.
You know they've gone through it. The last 6 months have been tough.
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
Damn, this is such a loaded question, and I love it. So, if you're not confident with the work that needs to be done, make yourself confident. How do you make yourself confident in doing what needs to be done? You go to the gym, you work out, you work on your mental. It's all internal. And then you do the work. And you know what? You're not going to be good at first. You're going to suck. You're going to suck at cold calling. You're going to suck at door knocking. You're going to suck at networking. Me, my first networking event, when I walked in there, I had a shit ton of business cards like this. I was like, oh, I'm going to crush it. I talked to one guy that was like just hitting on me. I was like, oh, cool, here you go. But now I walk into a room, I can talk to anybody about anything, anywhere. Yeah. Like that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be your confidence level. You need to work on that. Cold calling, like when I was cold calling, I mean, it was brutal. It was like 6 hours a day, and my boss was like, whoosh, it was like a whip. If I could cold call, anybody else can. Like, I sound like a little girl over the phone. And I've had someone say, you got to do better, hun. I've had someone say,
what?
Yeah,
Are
it was
you
bad.
kidding me?
It gets worse. I've had someone say, why don't you shove a stick up ass?
Up yes, hun.
Yeah. And then called me the C word.
You
What?
fucking.
They didn't know she was from Brooklyn.
Yeah. No, you know what you know
Is that the C word? Is that the?
Is
Yeah, cougar.
You fucking cougar.
This is your
So,
best one, a Brooklyn girl.
I hang up the phone. My reaction was, I started hysterically laughing. And I'm in the pit.
Well, because you're from New York, a Californian girl would start hysterically crying.
You can't take that personally. It's not you. It's not you. You need to be confident in yourself to understand rejection is okay. So.
Rejection's okay, you guys. And
rejection kind of either teaches you a lesson about life or yourself, or a lesson about fuck you. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. I
Ryan's like,
or get out of the business. If you can't handle a rejection and someone says no to you and you're like, nee, like don't get in this business.
Don't get
How about
in
that?
Yeah.
Just don't. I get told no. I'm like, oh, I want you now.
Yeah. No. Yeah, because so we had. Here's the thing. We had so many more questions for you.
Go ahead.
But no. Because now we got an excuse to have you on again.
I love how Ryan's like,
we got so many questions. Diego
Julia,
just got
you're great.
Okay, how many times
You
are you
good,
gonna?
Ryan?
Hold on a second. Hold on. How many times are you gonna listen to a fucking podcast where one of the hosts got pulled over on the way to recording the fucking podcast?
Because of one of their guests.
Exactly. If you're not a fan
Your
by now,
fucking fault.
fuck you. We don't need you.
Send me an
anyway.
invoice.
You're the guy.
sending you the bill.
Yes. So
And then Ryan's like,
I literally texted Diego on the way to getting pulled over. I was like, I just saw you drive by. I told him, I was like, you look like the Mexican Justin Bieber. You look so handsome in that Porsche over there.
Meanwhile, I didn't even know it was Diego until like I saw that car. I was like, then you said you were getting a ticket, and I put two and two together, and then I'm like, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He's fine. He's fine. You know, Diego's smart. You can sweet talk him out of it. No,
Anyway.
you could talk yourself out of a fucking murder row sentence. That's for sure.
what did you just say?
Oh my God, I feel like
You could talk yourself out
you
of
can talk
death
yourself
row.
out of murder, which I feel like I can do that too.
What happened?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, you got the gift for Gab.
Yeah.
We got 2 people on this podcast tonight that got the gift for Gab. We got Julia Krechmar. We got Diego Vazquez, who's the co-host of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Here's the thing. We got 7
Thank you so much for watching. We have Julia Krechmar here today, and Ryan and Diego, and we are on Not a Boring Podcast.
Damn right. And
No, you got it wrong.
We got 6 or
What the fuck?
7
Not a boring real
questions
estate
left.
podcast.
So we're gonna have
Sorry.
you back on the podcast
Sarah,
next month.
can
we have
take
you?
2?
Can we have you back next month?
Yes.
Be great. Okay, we're gonna have her on next month, and we'll finish the rest of the question.
Thank you guys for coming. This is Julia Krechmar, and we have Diego and Ryan here on Not a Boring Real Estate Podcast.
You're fucking welcome.
That's right. You're
Brooklyn
welcome.
in the house.
By-
We love you.
By the time you see us again, he's gonna have a kid.
And I'll probably be in court for my ticket.
That's right. Have a good
We love
night.
you.
We love
Talk
you.
your way out of it. You got this. I believe in you. Cheers.
Bitches.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good
By
night,
the way, if you guys are
Good
looking
night,
for a
everybody.
loan, please let me know.
Hit up
Slide in
Julia
my DMs.
Krechmar. Damn right.